If you're wondering when your customers are most often shopping with your brand, then look no further than the time analysis report. Here, we're able to select the specific KPI that you'd like to take a look at, whether it be when new customers are acquired, when the most orders are placed, when the most items are sold, and so on. And in addition to this, we can take a look at the specific time dimension you'd like to consider. So we can take a look at hours of the day, we could take a look at days of the week, days of the month, and then finally we could take a look at months of the year. If we scroll down, we're also able to easily get a gauge for performance here. So what we're doing is we're showing percentages which are reflective of the average for that particular column that is being referenced here. Now let's take a look at some use cases. Let's say that you wanted to adjust your paid marketing budget. It might make sense to consider the time analysis report for this to really see when are your customers most often being acquired. So how we can see this is really straightforward. We would just want to make sure that new customers is selected as their KPI here. We'll want to take a look at hours of the day. And here we can easily see that afternoon is definitely the time when most customers are shopping within this test account here. So I would say probably from like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. would be the sweet spot. So since we see naturally this brand is acquiring the most new customers during this time of the day, it would definitely make sense to adjust your marketing strategy accordingly to make sure that this is optimized based on the time. As our next example, let's say that you're releasing either a new product or a new collection and you want to understand what is the best day of the week that you should actually be promoting this new release. Taking a look at your days of the week, and also we selected orders as the KPI here because we would not only want to take a look at new customers, but also repeat customers as well. So it can be a little bit more broad and take a look at orders. But what we see here is that orders are most often placed on Fridays and Saturdays for this brand. So in this case, I think it would definitely make sense to leverage this information and either execute your new release either on a Friday or Saturday. As we see, this is naturally when the most orders are coming through. Next, we could take a look at days of the month. So is it the case that your customers are most often purchasing with you in the beginning of the month, the end of the month, the middle, or somewhere in between? If you don't know this, this is a perfect way to understand that better. I have selected here net revenue. So specifically, we can understand, for example, which days of the month customers are spending the most money. So you can also take a look at this view as well. And finally, we take a look at months of the year. So just from a more high-level point of view, we can see which months out of the year are your customers placing the most orders. So here we see it is clearly August and December. So definitely think it makes sense to leverage the insights here. And maybe it's about, trying to strategize for promotions to be in these months. Maybe it's about new collections or products being released during these months. But definitely, since you already know that naturally your customers are placing more orders in these months, I think it makes sense to strategize effectively, really ensuring that you are capitalizing on what we see here. All in all, while RetentionX makes it so easy for you to use effective audiences for your marketing, understand what products you should be promoting, understanding what channels you should be promoting on, the time analysis report really answers that timing question and just takes you one step further to having really optimal results.